Hi there, my name is Jim Turner, and I'm going to show how I process my umbrella. Keeps the sun from the back of my neck, and yeah. So please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. That's like leaving a tip for me. I appreciate that. And so what I do with my blueberries is, because you can only eat so many blueberries, right? Very dozable. So what I do is I come out here and look for some ripe ones. They're in here somewhere. There are some right there. So you can see um, the size of those. So what I do is I'll come out here and pick them, and there's some already picked. So when I would buy, I don't know, strawberries. Yeah, this was a strawberries container. So when I would buy stuff that's out of season, and I didn't have any. It's not fresh either, right? So what I would do is save those containers. So for this occasion, and then I'll typically let them kind of cure on the counter for a couple of hours because they'll get a little sweeter, and then I'll refrigerate them overnight, and then I don't know how they look because some of them have a little green still left where the stem was, and by letting them set for a little bit, a few hours or overnight, they'll get a little sweeter, and they'll be more flavorful. And so I'm going to pick these, and then I'm going to show how I preserve them long term. Okay, here we go. Hi there, my name is Jim Turner, and I'm going to show some stuff. I'm going to show something that I do. So I just went and picked some blueberries. So what I do is rinse them out. I'll let them set for a little bit, in a strainer to try to get as much water off as possible. And then I spread them out as evenly as possible. The reason why I do this with all of my fruits and veggies and everything, because I don't want to have to take out a whole big package of something and and it just goes to waste because I really didn't need it for more than that. I just needed a little bit, right? And so I take these and rinse them really good. Get all the little sticks, all the little stems off of them. They're still a little damp, and so when they're a little damp like that, sometimes what I'll do is just grab a tissue, just to reduce them sticking to each other when I take them out. Because when I go to grab some blueberries, I don't want to be dealing with a bunch of stuck ones and maybe ripping them apart and all that. I want to reach my hand into my container, and I want to just grab the exact amount that I want, and not anymore. So, and that's how I do that. And so, just to give you an idea of all the different kinds of things that you can do with this. Earlier I did some peas. So I've got sweet peas, and I took the shells and I froze them as well because they're really sweet, kind of like snow pea shells, snow peas. So I froze those, and then so I picked those first. So I picked these things first, and then I picked the raspberries, and I did the same thing with the raspberries. So I've got 4 different kinds of things that. So this here is something you can stack. You can stack these like, I don't know. I can stack them 8 because I have a wide freezer, so I can stack it 8 high. So I can just keep stacking, and once they're frozen, I can just stack the frozen on top of the frozen without having to worry about anything getting crunched. Oh yeah, please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. It's kind of like a tip for me when you do that. I can just keep stacking these and keep stacking them. I really don't like stacking anything on the raspberries because the raspberries, once they get crunched, you can't uncrunch them, right? So I just wanted to drop this little note on how I freeze all of my fruit. Now I do this with apples, peaches, just everything. Is that going to fit? Yeah, that's 4 high, 5 high. So it's 5. That was 5 high. So very simple. It just goes right in the freezer. So I take like we've got some folks that have apple trees around here. This is just in the city. This is a regular city, Eugene, Oregon. City limits. But I got this guy that's got lots of apple trees, different kinds of apples. And those yellow ones are perfect for making applesauce without adding any sugar. You don't need any. If you pick them when they're ripe, oh my gosh. Tastes like somebody added sugar, but no sugar required. And so I do this with my peaches. I got a peach tree. My apple tree is really loaded this year. I planted it, I got it, one of those 3-year trees, apple trees, about 2-3 years ago. And this year, I think it's the 3rd year this year, maybe 4th, it's loaded with apples. It's the Brauburn apples, and they make good applesauce. And so I just wanted to drop this line to give an idea, right? Concept. Of course, you can use any kind of lids. I've got small ones. Like sometimes I've only picked a few things, and I don't want to put them on a big tray. Big trays mostly empty, and yeah. So I got small trays like this. You know, you can take something like anything stuff you get from restaurants. You know, you get stuff from restaurants. These kinds of things. You know, you can take and just freeze. I ate what I wanted to, and then I take something like this, and I put the remainder on something like this and toss it in the freezer. Because quick freezing, I noticed that quick freezing, when I do that, stuff like this is frozen in an hour or so. And by doing that, when I go to eat them, even 8 months, 12 months later, they retain their texture and flavor better when they're quick frozen compared to sticking something in a bag and it's all clumped together and you throw it in the freezer. That's not quick freezing. Huh. Snow pea skin. Huh. It's the first time I ever had a snow pea skin that was frozen. That's new. Okay, well, that's my note today. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell. And I have all kinds of different ideas that I come up with on the fly, McFly. And so there you go. Have a good one. Bye now.